Hey, good morning everybody. How are you? It's about 10:30 making this video. Oh, just wanted to touch bases on some things I saw that came out yesterday about the next gen car. So one of the things that I saw was talking about a single lug nut. That's already kind of been covered on some YouTube channels already. Another thing was I saw in some articles mentioning kind of F1 style fuel hose coming into play and the air jacks. So right off the bat, let's hit the air jacks and the F1 fuel hose thing. If you've never seen an F1 fuel hose, I'm sure you have. It's basically kind of has like a stationary fuel point behind the pit box at some location, and it's kind of has this like little assembly thing that holds it, and it's able to move left, right, up, down, and I guess somewhat forward and backwards. And so it would eliminate fuel cans. I personally think that eventually that could happen. I'm not sure. I would assume it would just kind of, well, I don't know what the cost effective thing would be with that. I don't really know. Maybe somebody can comment and tell me how they think that would be more cost effective. I don't know how to make teams too much more competitive. Not having the guy have the fuel, I don't know, without the can. The other one was the air jacks. I guess I could kind of see that coming around one of these days, but not in 2021. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think those are two things that if NASCAR kind of does that, it sort of will kind of start looking like F1 and like IndyCar stops. So let's just kind of leave those on the back burner for, a later date if they come up again. Moving on to the single lug nut deal. So there's a couple things that's kind of interesting with this that I thought about. So one of them is it doesn't take the team aspect completely out of it all, of having that, pit crew that's, going across the wall, having to be athletic, this, that. But it takes away needing to really have a specialized top tier tire changing guy. And where I'm kind of leading with that is that you essentially, if you're a really good tire changer and you're the top 10 tire changers in the whole NASCAR pit crew field, you're still going to be good, but now it's going to be a lot easier for guys that weren't as good as you to kind of be on your same level, because you're only having to change one lug nut, right? It's going to be a big one. I don't know what size it's going to be, but NASCAR did this while I'm thinking about this. They did this because they went to an 18-inch aluminum wheel. So it went from steel wheels to aluminum wheels, which, by the way, I think the wheels are going to look okay on this new car, but right now they kind of look a little odd to me. Like, I don't know. I feel like NASCAR needs to kind of tweak the wheel design a little bit. I think once you see them on the new car, they'll be more acceptable. But right now, they just kind of, I don't know. They don't look bad, but they could have a little more tweak to them. They look a little too. I'm trying to think of the right word to put there, but a little too feminine, I guess you could say. They need a little more like simplicity, I feel like. But they look nice, but I'm just not sure they look nice on our cars. If that makes sense. So NASCAR did this because they did some research and found out that this lug nut and having a one lug nut as opposed to 5 is more durable, and it's 30% more durable. And also they think that with the 18-inch wheel and 5 lug nuts, they're going to be able to get a better torque on this one lug nut to secure the wheel. I'm kind of cool with that. I get that. Like, safety, you know, hey, I get it. You know, they don't want tires coming off and this and that. You know, we can always say, well, you know, like, when's the last time that happened and this and that? Well, you know, it happens. So this will keep tires from hopefully falling off and everything else. And, you know, so I get it. I'm cool with that. You're going to have a lot of some of the legacy fans like myself that are throwing a fit about it. But, you know, I still think it hasn't taken away the team sport enough to where I'm going to start moaning and groaning about it. So another cool thing that a lot of people aren't talking about that I thought about is that, you know, in the past 2 races, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've had valve stems either get knocked by the air gun, or you've had, you know, lug nuts get hit on the valve stem, causing flat tires with Chase Elliott, and another one with Clint Bowyer at California last week. And I really think that this will almost eliminate that altogether, because you're not having to really hit the lug nuts so much on the sides anymore. You're only having to hit one in the center, which is nice. And you've got 5 lug nuts that have a chance of hitting that valve stem or whatever, and that also creates 5 different times a gun could smash it. Now you've only got 1 lug nut, 1 gun time going on it, and 1 coming off of it. So I guess if you did it, you really have 2 chances to hit the valve stem as opposed to 10. So I think that's going to be kind of cool, because, you know, if that's your driver out there and he gets a flat tire because of a valve stem because some lug nut came down, like, that's racing. I get it. Things happen. But it's nice not having to really worry about that other variable that could ruin your day, you know. So that is kind of cool. It's not going to sound the same. Like, the guns themselves will... No, the guns aren't going to sound like that anymore, I don't think, either. They're not going to have that... I don't think so. I think it's, you know, you're going to hear that more of that, almost like a jackhammer, you know, like that impact type of, you know, pulling it off or whatever. I think, I don't know, you might still hear the guns make that noise before they're hitting the nut, and then once they hit the nut, it probably will sound different. I'm not sure. I'm not like an air gun expert guy. But yeah, so pretty excited about that. You know, NASCAR already standardizes, I can't think of that word, but they already have a standard air gun that they shoot everybody, so that's not going to change. You're going to have the same type of air guns that, you know, NASCAR is going to say, hey, everyone has to have this kind. That's it, you know. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video. After getting the research on it, I'm for the lug nut, the single lug nut now. I thought it was kind of like this weird, NASCAR just wants to do a bunch of weird crap when I first heard about it, but there's a method to the madness. So some fans aren't going to like it, but I think once they figure out why, they'll be okay with it. We'll do a video again, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.